welcome to another episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here. Hope you guys are having an amazing Thanksgiving Day week, I guess you can say, because some people do have it off. Some people get to travel, have fun with family and stuff like that. By all means, hope you guys have an amazing, safe, fun-fulfilled holidays. You don't get a lot of it's that time of the year. I know it seems like it comes by super fast, and it seems like it always gets you into debt. Just always got to learn to appreciate the smaller things in life, I guess you can say. And sometimes it starts with, celebrating holidays and stuff like that. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We have a great show for you today on tap. We're going to talk about our WWE Monday Night RAW review. We have our NXT review as well, and then we're going to talk about CM Punk joining Roman Reigns' Bloodline, his team for Survivor Series War Games happening on Saturday. So we're going to talk, we're going to talk about the Fit. I have some opinions about it, maybe some possible storylines that could, that could happen before they take center stage at Survivor Series. So, possibility. In our fourth segment, we're going to talk about who could possibly be the inaugural WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, obviously on Monday Night Raw. Before Raw even came on the air, you saw Adam Pearce, the general manager, unveil that they're going to have a tournament to declare the inaugural WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, which should be pretty awesome. I can't wait to see, the matches and stuff like that. Should be pretty dope. And our fifth and final segment, something that we do every week, I'm going to give you guys today in wrestling history. We're going to talk about, what happened on this day in the past. All right, before we get into that, I just want to remind you guys to go ahead and hit up that tips and donations link, also the super chat. Whether if you got a burning question or a hot take in terms of the world of professional wrestling, here at the GSMC Sports Network, we just want to make sure you guys feel like your voice is part of the mix. Make sure you guys feel like, you guys are part of the show, keeping the conversation lively. Don't be shy, drop your thoughts inside that chat. And if you really want to make sure your comment, question, or concern gets noticed on air, why not use that super chat? Just go ahead and hit up that $ right next to that chat box right there, which guarantees anything you guys put inside there is going to be featured on the show 1,010%. Plus, it's a great way to support our channel. Your super chats obviously helps us keep the lights on all these amazing podcasts and these amazing podcasters with one thing in mind. All they want to do is just bring you guys content that you guys love so damn much, and it's absolutely 1,010% free. So, why not like and subscribe and follow? We are super grateful for each and every one of you guys who joins us here daily on the GSMC Sports Network. Your support makes all the difference. So let's keep the conversation going. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome, and together we'll make sure this show is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. Once again, super chat, not your thing. Go ahead and hit up the tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. Just remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show, follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity, 1,010%. But of course, in terms of talking sports, it's inevitable. Disagreements are going to happen, some criticisms, and it's all good. It's all gravy. It's all good in the neighborhood. Don't be shy. Drop your thoughts inside that chat. All right, guys. So let's go to talk about our first segment. We got WWE Monday Night Raw. All in all, it was a good episode. I definitely liked it. I definitely liked how it was setting up a lot of, a lot of potential. For me, I feel like they're setting up some shocking outcomes for WWE Survivor Series. Gunther came out and he still looks very nervous. Still doesn't seem like that same ring general. Last week he tried to attack Damian Priest to show that fire, that heart, that blood, sweat, and tears fighting champion. And, it didn't really go quite as well. Damian Priest, of course, comes out as well. He said the old Gunther isn't back. You never had to deal with me. You never had to deal with a problem like me in the past. And then he hit a razor's edge on the table, which was actually pretty badass. Next, we Bianca Belair. She's saying like she's pretty banged up. Obviously, talking about her match, their upcoming match at Survivor Series, the War Games match for the women. Once when you saw Jade Cargill after what happened after she was written off of WWE. They said, according to reports, according to reports, they said it's about 3 months, I guess, that they're trying to say. Obviously, that's going to have a lot of implications toward her title run with Bianca Belair as the World Women's Champions, Tag Team Champions. So, it should be interesting to find out how WWE tries to address that situation. Maybe they hold an open challenge or like a battle royal or something like that. Who knows? But, Io Sky wanted Kairi Sane in the group. Naomi, she flat out said that she wants Bayley. I can see that. I kind of knew Bayley was going to be the replacement. Does this have any hidden, meaning? Does this, kind of foreshadow maybe, Naomi possibly turning heel, stabbing Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair in the back, like I was mentioning on the show a couple days ago, how Bayley and Naomi, they were kind of best friends before Jade and Bianca, kind of accumulated her into their their 3-person circle there. So but then again, I don't really see Bayley turning heel again. What I mean? She was a decent heel. At first I hated it. I gotta be honest. I wasn't a huge fan of her turning heel, destroying the Bayley buddies and whatever, But in the end, I guess it kind of worked, so you can't really be too upset with it. But I don't know, it'd just be shocking if Naomi was, if she was the one to attack her. I also brought up the fact that maybe it could be the Tonga twins. They're yet to debut in the WWE. They can kind of form, a new alliance with Nia Jax, kind of being their own Samoan bloodline. They attack Jade Cargill, possibly, they can go for the Women's World Tag Team Champions, maybe setting something up, taking out Jade before she can actually compete. So, like a lot of possibilities, obviously, but, it should be crazy how it unfolds. I want to see something shocking. That'd be pretty badass. That'd be pretty cool. Next, we had Rhea Ripley also, in the fray. She came in the promo, not really looking like a leader, seeming that she only wants to fight Liv Morgan. So these girls obviously can't get on the same page, and they're going to have to get on the same page if they want to defeat Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Candice LeRae, Nia Jax, and Tiffany Stratton at War Games. So I think they can do it, though. I think they're going to do it. Next, we had a tornado tag match. We had Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee taking on the Creed brothers. The Creed brothers look pretty good. I can't really hate on them too much. The way American Made is kind of being booked in WWE right now. It's kind of, when they came in, when they surfaced their faction, then you had the Wyatt Six come in, and then they were trying to find a storyline for the Final Testament. A lot of, I don't know, it, bad timing. There's no doubt in my mind that I feel like Chad Gable's going to get a push again in the future. So, not really freaking out too much, because I think at the end of the day, it'll, we'll see from the outside perspective, we'll see it come in fruition. But the Creed brothers actually kind of surprised me. Actually, not really, because they kind of won with the distraction of Chad Gable. But, they kind of held their own in the tag team, in the Tornado tag. A match that definitely favored the Luchadors, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, with, so much action. But, the Creed brothers, they're definitely a future, WWE tag team champions. Would love to see them get into the fray. Kind of reminds me of, an American Alpha, back in with Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. They were pretty badass. That was pretty cool. Braun Breaker takes on Ludwig Kaiser. No contest. Sheamus gets involved, obviously causing Adam Pearce to be like, you know what, we're going to have a triple threat match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship at WWE Survivor Series. So we have that to look forward to. Another title bout on the main card. Should be pretty awesome. Should be pretty cool. Next we had Jimmy, Jay, Sammy, talking in the back, and then, they were basically saying Roman Reigns is going to talk to CM Punk on Friday Night SmackDown. So, Jey Uso is going to fight Jacob Fatu to find out who gets advantage in their match. I think the match is going to be great. I think at this point, there's probably going to be interference, not really much of a surprise there. And then at the end of the match, it's probably going to be all fair and love is war. Everybody's going to, empty out to the ring and start beating the holy hell out of each other. Kind of a nice little tease heading up to Saturday's WWE Survivor Series. All right, next we have a WWE Tag Team Championship match. The New Day, JD McDonough and Finn Balor defend their titles against the War Raiders. I did see a couple of botched moves by Ivar, but just trying to get back into the swing of things. But they lost, thanks to Dirty Dom and Carlito, and so I think it's clear that WWE is not going to take the WWE Tag Team titles off of the Judgment Day, not just yet, because they kind of need those titles to stay relevant on the main roster. Other than that, they're just they're just a faction just going around just causing havoc and stuff like that. So there has to be some kind of bargaining chip for them to be considered, credible or even serious, on the WWE Monday Night RAW. So, they have the tag team titles, so, and that that's good. So, yeah, I definitely want to see more for Finn Balor, but of course, that's just my opinion, 1,010%, but I don't know. Next, the New Day lose against Alpha Academy. I saw this coming a mile away. Xavier Woods tagging himself in. These guys literally lost in almost 10 seconds. They went backstage. They were just having it out with each other, just saying mean things, and it seemed like, they said there's a reason why me and Big never let you call the shots about how unpredictable you are. And Xavier Woods kind of getting upset, talking about how Kofi Kingston dropped the title against Brock Lesnar. And I don't know, it's 6 seconds. Obviously, a lot of animosity heading toward the New Day and their 10-year anniversary, probably their breakup day. But I don't know, it should be pretty cool. Nikki Cross surprises Scarlett backstage. WWE Intercontinental Women's Championship match. It's should be pretty. The tournament was announced and it should be pretty badass. And then we had in the main event Bianca Belair defeating Nia Jax with the help of Bayley to get that advantage for their War Games match at Survivor Series. So, like I said, all in all, good episode of Monday Night Raw, just building up momentum towards Survivor Series. All right, guys, so we do not go anywhere. We're going to jump on into our WWE NXT talk. We're going to review, give analysis, and also give you some of my reactions. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about 10 seconds. So, hey, do not go anywhere.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
All right, we are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez, every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, here to talk about the greatest thing in the world, professional wrestling. We talk about, backstage curtain calls, dramas, and, we talk about, superstar and active statuses, injury updates. We talk about contract negotiations, extensions, and new signings from promotions like WWE to AEW, Ring of Honor to TNA, to the GCW, to the NWA for makes major news in the world of professional wrestling. We talk about it here on this show, so make sure you guys like and subscribe so you guys can get notifications whenever we go live, so we can talk about some good old-fashioned wrestling. All right, guys, kind of reflect on what we talked about right quick. We had my WWE Monday Night Raw review. Sorry, excuse me, guys. I caught a bug right before Thanksgiving. Yeah, terrible, absolutely terrible. It sucks. So I'm gonna try to power through this. If it seems like I'm hawking my brains out, just give your boy a little bit of love and a little bit of patience. Okay. So before we move on, obviously, let's go ahead and hit up those super chats. Whether if you got a burning question or a hot take in terms of professional wrestling, or just something you've been dying to get off your chest here at the GSMC Sports Network, we are all ears. This show is all about keeping the conversation lively, making sure you guys feel like your voice is part of the mix. So don't be shy and drop your thoughts inside that chat. And if you really want to make sure your comment, question, or concern gets noticed, why not use that super chat? Go ahead and hit up that $sign right there, which guarantees anything you guys put inside that chat box is going to be featured and talked about on the show 1,010%. Plus, it's a great way to support our channel. Your super chats obviously helps us keep the lights on these amazing podcasts. So we keep bringing you guys free content that you guys love so damn much. We are super grateful for each and every one of you guys who joins us here daily on the GSMC Sports Network. Your support makes all the difference. So let's keep the conversation going. Let's get this party started. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome, and together we will make sure this podcast is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. Once again, if the Super Chat not your thing, go ahead and hit up the tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. Just remember, there's a Superman bunch, that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show, follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity. 1,010%, but of course, in terms of talking sports, it's inevitable. Criticisms, some disagreements are going to happen, and it's all good. It's all gravy, baby. Don't worry about it. It's going to be awesome just to hear what you guys have to say. So make sure you guys, hit up those Super Chats. All right, we got WWE NXT talk. First and foremost, we saw the Chase U. We heard the music turn on. A lot of fans got excited. I got to be honest, I got a little excited as well. Thinking that we were going to get at least like a farewell or something like that. But obviously, it was Ridge Holland coming out mocking Chase U, kind of being a troll. And then he basically was just sorry, excuse me. He was talking about taking Trick Williams' NXT World Heavyweight Championship. So, Ridge Holland, kind of staking his claim in the main event picture, which is good for him. I don't really want him doing anything else. On NXT, I kind of thought after everything was going down with Chase U, he would find his way back into like a mid-card spot, maybe back in the tag team division with Butch when he saw Pete Dunne on NXT. Maybe they were going to find a way to kind of reunite, the Battling Brutes or whatever. But, ultimately it was, it wasn't meant to be. But now Ridge Holland he's in a way better place right now. We had an Iron Survivor qualifier match. All Ego Ethan Page defeats Axiom. This match was great. I was a huge fan of this match. A good win for All Ego Ethan Page. And Ethan Page is he's electric, man. Just the way he kind of holds himself inside the ring. Just the way he gets under the skin of his competitors and the way he kind of brings the fans into it. He's that heel you love to who you love to hate. And and he's so conceited. He's so cocky. He's such a self-narcissist. And, but you can't help but to, respect him. Definitely like that, that spot where he was getting hit by Axiom and then he kind of got that, that Hulk Hogan, hit me again. And then he comes out and he, nailed him with an elbow. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. Axiom, great effort for Axiom whenever he's inside the ring. He puts on some pretty good matches, so can't really be upset with these guys. Both of their performance obviously stellar. This match was huge. It stole this kind of stole the show. I liked how there was no interference. I hate it whenever you get a good match and then at the end of it, just to kind of end it, they're like, all right, let's just have somebody pop in, and then that'll be the end of that. Nathan Frazier accidentally disses his partner Axiom, obviously. Once again, All Ego Ethan Page, building up bridges, driving wedges in the middle of alliances and stuff like that. That's something that Ethan Page, he's done pretty well in his career. Then we saw Wes Lee come out, Javon Evans, and then we saw, a tag team brawl coming out. Obviously, there's one more person to be inside that Iron qualifier match, but we obviously in the middle of the show we found out that there was going to be a fatal 4-way match for everybody to kind of get a second chance. Right now, my money's you got Thorpe, you also got Alexis King, you got Axiom. Damn it, who's the other guy? I can't think of it right now, but I think right now Lexus King makes the most sense. Cedric Alexander. Sorry, excuse me. No, that was just the fourth person. Sorry. I think right now I think Lexus King has a great chance to get back in to get it. But then again, you saw that promo backstage with Eddie Thorpe. With the whole Shawn Michaels thing. Shawn Michaels got pretty crazy. He was upset that he put that Eddie Thorpe put Ava in harm's way. Although it was just an accident. It was just a complete accident. Obviously, couldn't really do anything in that. Next, we have Ren Sinclair, tries to give advice to Lola Vice. Lola obviously very upset with Jada Parker. Ashanti the Adonis still trying to make things work with Carmen Petrovich, and then getting himself in trouble talking to Nikita Lyons. Sorry, excuse me. But like I said, getting into trouble, man. Ren Sinclair is defeated by Lola Vice. Ren Sinclair, she has a good fighting spirit. Every single time she's in the match, she's not like, she's a jobber. She's not in like a smash spot or anything like that. So, by all means, it's always cool to kind of see her, fight in every single match. Obviously, Lola Vice hits the back fist for the win, then starts once again, still obsessed with Jada Parker, saying that this isn't over. We're going underground, obviously hinting at an underground match between the two girls. So, this is going to be a nice little, ongoing feud that's going to, that WWE NXT could, kind of drain it out. And, these two girls are very talented, Parker and Vice, that, you can make this work. You can make this work. Kind of like, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, in the past, like Alita, Trish Stratus. You can have this, feud go on for, quite some time, and the fans are going to still love it because, just the way these two amazing talents, the way to produce wrestling inside the ring is really, really good. So, I wouldn't really complain if if they continue this, like, what's the right word? Feud? No. How about something stronger than the word feud? Like, I don't know. It's hatred, maybe? I don't know. But it should be, should be pretty cool. NXT North American Championship, we saw Tony D'Angelo defeat Shawn Spears, and then after he was attacked by Brooks Jensen, Andre Chase was seen backstage in a promo packing up his stuff, but then at the end of it, you hear somebody say, "Hey, Mr. Chase." So I didn't really recognize anybody's voice, really. But I kind of like the cinematic, angle that it was kind of going toward, like, that lingering, leaving you on a cliffhanger. Maybe Chase U isn't dead. Like, maybe they had to disband on WWE NXT, but not necessarily, being having go to, if they go to SmackDown or Raw, which I can see they do pretty damn well. Like, I can see Riley Osborne, starting up starting up a feud with the Intercontinental Championship. Duke Hudson maybe finding a way to challenge Gunther, something like that. That'd be Thea Hale, taking on Liv Morgan. That'd be pretty badass. I think that'd be pretty cool because I don't think anyone really wants to see Chase U disband. And you kind of think about it. These athletes were so good together, and then you start thinking about future, like, single bookings, and sometimes it seems like it works, sometimes it seems like it doesn't. But I just hope that WWE NXT knows what they're doing. So far, Shawn Michaels has run a pretty good show here. So I'm have faith in him. I definitely have faith in him. Julia defeats Kaylani Jordan to qualify for an Iron Survivor match. Once again, a fatal 4-way match is being announced for the women as well. Ren Sinclair, also Jada Parker, also, oh my god, I just said her name, Kaylani Jordan. There was one more girl that lost. I can't think of it right now. Cora Jade. So we're getting, they're going to fight a fatal 4-way match to find out who gets that 4th spot. Trick Williams and Ridge Holland have a nice promo, obviously. Eric Bischoff shows up to WWE NXT. He's going to be here next week. X-Pac is also coming to NXT as well. We had a Women's North American Championship match for the main event. Tatum Paxley loses to Fallon Henley. Tatum Paxley is, she has quality matches. She's not too bad. Paxley knows how to, she knows how to get into big spots. Gigi Dolan returns to help out Tatum Paxley after she gets beaten and attacked by the Fatal Influence. All right, guys, so hey, do not go anywhere. We're going to jump on into our third segment. We're going to talk about CM Punk joining the original Bloodline, possible storylines, my reactions toward it. We're going to talk about that when we come back, so hey, do not go anywhere.
Looking for your daily fix of sports talk without having to pay for it? GSMC Sports Network is available on YouTube. Just search GSMC Sports Network. Get your fix of daily sports talk shows on YouTube, absolutely free. NFL, college football, NBA, MLB, MMA, UFC, fantasy football, and so much more. GSMC Sports Network has shows running all day long, with new sports shows starting every 2 hours. Just like on your favorite cable sports channel, except GSMC Sports Network is absolutely free. Just search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube to catch one of your new favorite shows, like the GSMC College Football Podcast, Chip Shot Football Podcast, Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, GSMC Basketball Podcast, and so many more. Check it out for yourself. GSMC Sports Network, now available on YouTube absolutely free. Search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube right now.
All right. We are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I gotta be honest, guys, I'm struggling through this. Like I said, we're gonna try to get through it. I might have to take a break. Where's that? Be right back. Okay, there it is. Because literally, it's hard for me to speak. Damn it. But yeah. All right, so we just got done recently talking about our WWE Monday Night Raw review, also our WWE NXT review as well. And now we're going to talk about CM Punk joining the original Bloodline. Okay, so let's go up to here. Okay, bam. All right. Oh, what I got to... Okay, CM Punk joining the original Bloodline. My reaction is, I like it, but with this whole feud with Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins, for me, I feel like it kind of feels like it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really seem like it's the right fit for CM Punk. I kind of ultimately feel that I think before the show maybe that he gets taken out, or he gets injured or anything like that. Sorry, excuse me. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, trying to power through this cold here, and it's gonna be super, super duper hard, especially when I can't even breathe out of my nose. So I'm trying to take this, one step at a time. I think it's because I get too, I get too excited and I start talking a lot, especially in terms of professional wrestling. But overall, like I was talking about, I feel like maybe this could still have some. Some lingering possible storylines that, that we haven't really unfolded quite just yet. I feel like it'd be super epic if, like I said, if CM Punk maybe he got beaten up or maybe taken out, forcing, them begging Seth Rollins to give them another shot and team up with Roman Reigns. But, that's obviously a huge, that's a huge thing. I don't really think, CM Punk's going to be feuding with Bronson Reed in the future. That's why it kind of makes me believe that, maybe this is, for the star power aspect of it, I get it. I understand why you'd bring CM Punk. And he's a Paul Heyman guy. Roman Reigns and everything. I read an article saying that, maybe we're going to see, the Paul Heyman guys, kind of duke it out to find out who Paul Heyman really belongs to, or something like that. Like Brock Lesnar comes along, and then CM Punk, and then Roman Reigns. That'd be pretty damn interesting. Something that I kind of recognize, though. I gotta be honest. I kind of noticed how, Paul Heyman, sorry, how he looked a little sus. Like he looked like, he was dressed in Solo Sikoa's colors. He kind of looked a little, kind of like he knew something that we didn't know. Like it seems like he was like, okay, you think I'm doing this to kind of help out Roman Reigns, but I'm doing it to help out Paul Heyman or something like that. Obviously, this is a new direction storylines that WWE is ultimately having them kind of go through, and with the additions of the Usos, with the addition of Sami Zayn. You're kind of getting this nostalgic feeling back, and all the fans are, super duper excited about it. But the fact is, it seems like as of right now, it kind of seems like it's going a little bit too smooth, in my opinion. I feel like something big definitely does have to happen at Survivor Series. Obviously, a year ago, you had CM Punk debut on Survivor Series, and it was much to Seth Rollins' chagrin. Or maybe, Seth Rollins finds a way to take out, CM Punk, and they start their feud a little bit, earlier, heading towards Survivor Series. But it's going to be a good match. No doubt in my mind, this is going to be one of the best matches, that you're going to see on WWE in quite some time. Me personally, I can't. I really, honestly, I'm a sole believer that you kind of have to have Solo Sikoa and his new young bloodline pick up the victory here. I feel like if he doesn't, you kind of kill their push before it even starts. So it's it has to be done. Especially with The Rock potentially coming back to WWE to help out Solo, or if he comes with his own storyline, you still have Hikuleo still in the mix, waiting to debut. Zila Fatu, not kind of being a part of that Booker T wrestling promotion, winning titles and being absolutely impressive. So it's a huge possibility that he finds his way into the Bloodline storyline. But still, sometime along the way, should be pretty interesting. Should be pretty, for me, like I said, the stars aspect of it, I think it's great. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, you can't really beat that, especially in the past, where CM Punk, was when he had his pipe on when he left WWE for the first time, he was a little upset that he was the best in the world. He was the best on the roster, and then they would have somebody like Roman Reigns being pushed, and then not really pushed, but kind of being forced down the throats of the WWE universe. And I don't think he had a problem with Roman. It was his idea to even talking about how Roman Reigns was being rejected by the crowd. He came up with the idea that Roman Reigns should have went heel a long time ago, man. He should have flipped off the audience. It should have been screw you guys. If you guys aren't with me, you're against me. But, obviously, during the Vince McMahon era, he wanted to make Roman Reigns look super strong. He wanted Roman was supposed to be their guy and stuff like that. And eventually he, with the Tribal Chief thing, it kind of all worked out. But as of right now, it's just, I feel like this match is going to be, something big has to happen. Something big. Will The Rock show up? Right now at this point, I kind of doubt it. I don't think he's showing up until the first episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. That's, I think, once we'll get his, the introduction of his storyline. Where is he going to go? How long will he stay in WWE? Is he here as a part-timer? I read an article saying that he's probably going to be kind of like a floater. He's going to be, what's that word? Free agent. When you're a free agent, you can bounce from Raw and SmackDown. But they're still building up that The Rock versus Cody Rhodes. Sometime, they're going to fight. I really, I doubt it's going to be at WrestleMania. There is still speculations on the main event in WrestleMania being a triple threat match between Roman Reigns, The Rock, and Cody Rhodes. Still possibly could happen, but, overall, this Survivor Series match is going to be great. I can't wait to watch it. It's happening on Saturday. And I, for one, can't wait to see it. Definitely can't wait to see it 1,010%. And I'm coughing so much to the point where I don't know if you guys can see the tear coming down my eye because I love you guys so much. But, like I said, we're going to try to power through it. All right, guys. So we got done talking about some CM Punk joining the original Bloodline. Now we're going to talk about who will be the first WWE Women's inaugural Intercontinental Champion. We're going to talk about that when we come back. So, hey, do not go absolutely anywhere.
For the best and latest podcasts available anywhere, go to the podcast app on your cell phone and type in GSMC to access free content-rich podcasts on health and wellness, book reviews, sports, entertainment, relationships, social media, movies, technology, finance, and even weird news. Subscribe and download the GSMC Podcast Network's family of shows, available everywhere podcasts are found.
All right. Welcome back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez, talking about the greatest thing in the world, professional wrestling. We just got done talking about some WWE Monday Night RAW. We talked about some NXT. And we talked about, CM Punk joining this new Roman Reigns' OTC, the original Bloodline. To give you guys some of my opinions, some things that, happened in the past between Punk and Roman Reigns that could kind of hold up, a little animosity, kind of building up storylines too. Some maybe like a bigger, better picture that would be pretty badass to kind of see. But, now we're going to talk about who will be the first women's Intercontinental Champion. And like I said, I'm sick. I apologize if I start coughing. But once again, I'm going to try to power through it. All right. So recently on WWE Monday Night RAW, you see General Manager Adam Pearce unveil a new title for the women. You know, the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. You know, this is something that they should have done like yesterday, like a long time ago. You had a lot of star talents from the professional wrestling industry, like, you know, Toni Storm, Sasha Banks, and a couple of other handful, you know, women's superstar that could have made it big, holding a single, you know, holding a mid-card belt. Like, you know, names go on and on and on. You even, you know, Natalya, Tegan Nox, Indy Hartwell. You know, you could have had these, you know, superstars from NXT that debuted, and you could have gave them something to fight for instead of fighting for that main big prize, which was the WWE Women's Championship. You know, kind of bottlenecking competition a little bit there. But I don't know. It's you know, it's about time, so I can't really complain about it too much. You know, eventually, I guess it did happen. So, you know, just gotta be you just gotta shut up and kind of be happy about it. First and foremost, Dakota Kai. I feel like Dakota Kai would be an amazing WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. You know, she has the it factor. She has damage control to kind of watch her back. You know, it would. You know, she'd make a great champion. You know, no doubt in my mind. She has all the athletic abilities to kind of, you know, to kind of be that champion, and she has, you know, the mic skills, and you know, she's been kind of floating around WWE for quite some time. Obviously, they did get gold. Damage control got gold with the tag team championships, but that was Asuka and Kairi Sane. But you know, Dakota Kai, you know, it'd be nice to kind of start her story somewhere, like, because for now, like I said, she kind of seemed like on WWE since she made it to the main roster. It's just been, you know, it seems like she's you know, she's hasn't really had a purpose or a direction in her career, if that makes any sense. But you know, honestly, the first person that'd be pretty cool. Zelina Vega. I like Zelina Vega. She could definitely be the inaugural WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. But, you know, with this whole LWO thing, it seems like, you know, and you know, it's not their fault. And I know it's not their fault. It feels like, to me, you're just getting these same bookings over and over again where, you know, the LWO gets, you know, where they get beaten down and then they're pushed in this spot where they're the underdogs, and then they find a way to win. And then that's how the story ends. So, like I said, a little repetitive ultimately, but you know, obviously nothing against Zelina Vega. I feel like she'd be an amazing Intercontinental Champion. But you know, you just have so many stars on the WWE, you know, roster, not just on Raw. Like, I know this is just a Raw kind of thing, but you know, you see Zelina Vega. You know, she hasn't really won a title. She hasn't really had that much single success, you know, and I don't want to be a jerk and blame it on her size or anything like that, because you've seen success with you know, with Alexa Bliss. Obviously, look at Liv Morgan; she's not the tallest person. So you know, Zelina Vega, she gets a shot. You know, it could happen. It could, you know, it could definitely be good for her. But you know, I don't know. Fingers crossed that it works out for her. Kairi Sane. Although I do love and respect this amazing Japanese wrestler. I feel like right now, just singles titles are kind of out of the picture right now. And, you know, like I said, not trying to be the cold hard, you know, truther over here, trying to get, you know, trying to overanalyze it and be like, oh, she can never, ever be a singles champion because she doesn't have the skills. She has the skills. It's just the fact that, you know, ever since she debuted on the Monday Night Raw roster, you know, with damage control, you know, she just fits so damn well in that tag team division. But, you know, you're kind of seeing her being, you know, a little alienated here. And when I say that, like, you know, you have, you know, Asuka, who's, you know, achieved singles, you know, competitor championship. She's been the former WWE Raw, former WWE Women's Champion. And then you also have Io Sky, former WWE Women's Champion. So having Io Sky or Asuka jump back into the tag team division, you know, obviously it won't be like bad or like weird. You know, it might be a little troublesome for their career heading forward, especially if they're kind of being booked into the singles, you know, into the singles card a little bit more. But right now, Kairi Sane seems like she's found a home with Damage Control, fighting alongside with Io Sky, Dakota Kai, and once when Asuka comes back as well. Io Sky would be an amazing WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. Her name is definitely up there. She is the she is the number one contender for Liv Morgan's WWE World Women's Championship. Still, every single time she steps into the ring, she poses a huge threat. She's the what's her nickname? The aerial assassin? No, that's Osprey. The Genius of the Sky. There we go. The Genius of the Sky, and she's still she does pretty damn good. Every single match she's in, you can't take her lightly. Every single match she's in it. That she's beaten top tier competitors like Bianca Belair. And, that's very impressive. And, they have their matches, and obviously both of them have a mutual respect for each other. But, Io Sky, she'd be great. She would be great as, WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. But, should be interesting. Asuka returns, and she wins the tournament. That could possibly... that could be a huge possibility. I can, definitely see that happening. She's, like I said, she's held singles gold before, so it's not like she would be like a noob at it, or it's not like she would be like it would be bad for WWE if she didn't, if she didn't hold the singles championship. But right now, her coming back from an injury, she's been out for quite some time. It's crazy long how long she's been out. But when she comes back to WWE, she's gonna make an automatic impact. And it wouldn't surprise me if she becomes the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion. Charlotte Flair, it's been already said that she's going to be on SmackDown. There's been reports that she's going to start a feud with Nia Jax. This whole you call yourself the queen, I'm really the queen of WWE. This and that and the other. And then that's how I think that's how she's going to come back into WWE. So I don't really see her holding the Intercontinental Championship. Would she be an amazing champion? Hell yeah. She'd be an amazing champion, but overall, right now, Charlotte Flair, she already has all the accolades. She has all the accomplishments. She's won all the gold. So, right now, kind of having a nice little feud with like a younger talent like Tiffany Stratton could ultimately, kind of help, kind of boost and mature Tiffany Stratton's character in terms of WWE and taking that next step up to superstardom to, kind of put someone over there. Becky Lynch. I do love Becky Lynch. I think she's cool and all, but if she comes back to just automatically take the Intercontinental Championship, the Women's Intercontinental Championship, I gotta be honest, I'd be a little upset. Like, being brutally honest, I'd be 1,010% upset. I'd be like, all right. I thought this, this belt was gonna be put on somebody where, it's a never before crowned champion, and it's you can have a lot of, storylines develop, kind of like where you saw, not Kendall Gray. Keilani Jordan become the inaugural WWE NXT Women's North American Champion. When she won the championship, there was a whole different array of storylines that popped up, which is, cool because it's new. They never really kind of had that, so much. Well, everyone's had a babyface champion. But when you first introduce a mid-card belt, kind of like what Keilani did, is you kind of have to make it prestigious. You don't want it to be... all over the place. And Becky Lynch right now, winning the Intercontinental Championship is the least of her concern. She should definitely, go back to challenge Liv Morgan for that Women's World Heavyweight Championship. But, will it happen right away? Probably not. But Becky Lynch, although she'd be a fighting champion, she'd be great. She'd be a great champion. But I don't know. I just feel like if she comes, the moment she returns to WWE, they put all their chips on the table. They're like, you know what, Becky, the belt's yours. For me, I don't know if I would be really too hot on that. Alexa Bliss would be a nice inaugural WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. She's held singles titles before. She's shown that she could definitely, dictate a promo, kind of have the company kind of surfaced around her. Because, just the way she is on the mic and the way she wrestles is actually pretty damn good. She's coming back from maternity leave, and it's, I think it's TikTok. It can happen anytime now, I feel like. She's already been training inside the ring, dropping hints on social media, talking about, hey, where is Alexa Bliss? So that could definitely be, something that could be hinting at her becoming the first ever Women's Intercontinental Champion. I feel like that'd be badass. I feel like that'd be cool. That'd be great for her because when he kind of had her lose the championship, I think it was against Ronda Rousey. It could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. And then she jumped into tag team title division with Nikki ASH. I think they're 2-time champions. I think they might be. I'm not too sure. Should have fact checked that one. But she's just great. She's just great, and I would love to see her come back and have Rhea Ripley, kind of like the same conversation as Becky Lynch. I don't want to see her win the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I'm sorry. I don't. I want to, she should stay, trying to dethrone that thing from Liv Morgan. But I think it will get to the point where you kind of have that, Brock Lesnar wanting to destroy Roman Reigns and, win the WWE Universal Championship. And Rhea Ripley's already had 2 chances. She's already had 2 chances at Liv Morgan's title. I think it's going to get to a point where Liv Morgan's going to be like, all right, Rhea, you know what? We'll fight one last time. But if I win, you can never challenge for this belt again. Forcing her, to, win the Intercontinental Championship, which would be, like I said, it's not like, anybody winning this belt would be absolutely terrible. But there's just some different, I don't know, because whenever there's a storyline surrounding Rhea Ripley, she's just so dominant inside the ring. And I hate to compare her to Brock Lesnar because I like her more than Brock Lesnar, and I feel like she's more of a full-timer than Brock was. But, I don't know, I just feel like it'd be too dominant of a run. Like, I don't want to see, Dakota Kai, challenging Rhea Ripley for the belt, and then just to find out exactly what you knew was going to happen, that Dakota Kai was going to get her ass kicked and Rhea Ripley was going to retain her championship. I just want something new. So, Rhea Ripley, like I said, not really bad, but, not really good either. Shayna Baszler could definitely win the championship. I feel like at this point, the PFC, the Pure Fusion Collective, it's not really working out. And it has nothing to do with the talents. They're not good. They're not good together. All they really do is beat people up in the back. That's really their promo. That's really all they kind of serve, and that they kind of bring to the table, which is a damn shame because Zoe Stark is talented, Shayna Baszler is talented, and Sonya Deville's talented. I want to eventually see these girls kind of break into the spotlight a little bit. Kind of like what happened to the Fatal Influence on NXT when Fallon Henley won the NXT North American Women's Championship, kind of putting that faction on the map. And that's exactly what could happen. You could have, the Pure Fusion Collective hold the title. Like, Shayna Baszler would essentially be like Fallon Henley. Or, JC Jane, like Sonya Deville, she could hold the title too. Like, array of possibilities. Once again, Sonya Deville, having that leadership role, kind of like what Triple H had in Evolution with Batista and Randy Orton. You kind of have to have, the head honcho of the group. You need a title. You ultimately need a title, to kind of make your faction not really credible. That's not the right word. Prominent, maybe. Relevant, I guess, is the right word I'm trying to say, because right now the PFC doesn't really seem like they're kind of clicking on all cylinders a little bit here, and for me, I feel like that's all bad. You kind of deemed these girls, because when they first got together, I got to be honest, I was like, dude, this is gonna be sick. It's gonna be good for Shayna Baszler. This is gonna be good for Zoe Stark. This is gonna be great for Sonya Deville returning, and then only to find out they're just they're just dropping the ball. It sucks. All right, guys, so hey, do not go anywhere. We're going to jump on into our 5th and final segment. We got, it's Tuesdays today in wrestling history, but it's today in wrestling history. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about 25 seconds. Hey, do not go anywhere. All right, we're back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here to give you all the cool, awesome wrestling factoids. So, just got to reflect on what we talked about right quick. We had our WWE Monday Night RAW review. We talked about NXT review as well. And then we talked about CM Punk joining the original Tribal Chiefs Bloodline for War Games. And, possible, storylines, possible, directions that, this could possibly, work. Because as of right now, like I said, being brutally honest, I'm not trying to be a hater. Like, I understand what WWE's trying to do. They're trying to establish that, Paul Heyman, they need Paul Heyman, the wise guy, the wise man. He knows exactly what to do when the team is up against the wall. And you go out and you get help like, the best in the world, the voice of the voiceless, CM Punk. For the star power aspect, I get it. But for the storylines, I don't really understand. He really has no business taking on Bronson Reed. But, and I'm not trying to wish injury on anybody, obviously, kayfabe injuries, yeah. But, before the match, if you see CM Punk being taken out, and then, Bronson Reed starts taunting Seth Rollins, and then, he finds a way to, kind of put himself inside that cage. And, that would be pretty interesting. In that case, I can get into that. And then our fourth segment, we talked about who could be the WWE inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion. So make sure you guys check those videos out on YouTube, on the GSMC Sports Network, and the GSMC Podcasting Network as well. All right, so guys, we're powering through this. I only died like 3 or 4 times. Knock on wood. I'm still probably going to have a coughing attack pretty soon here. But, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about some today in wrestling history, where I bring you guys into my wrestling DeLorean, gun it to 88 miles per hour. We go back in time to talk about some of the greatest moments in the WWE. All right, so 1987, the first WWF Survivor Series came from the Ridgefield Coliseum. It was billed as the biggest event since WrestleMania 3. It was the second pay-per-view to be added to the annual WWF calendar. In the main event, tag team elimination match, Andre the Giant's heel team of Butch Reed, King Kong Bundy, One Man Gang, and Rick Rude were victorious over WWF champion Hulk Hogan's team, Bam Bam Bigelow, Don Miracle, Ken Patera, and Paul Orndorff. Also on the card was a fully loaded 10-on-10 tag team elimination match, which featured teams such as the British Bulldogs, the Killer Bees, Strike Force, the Fabulous Rogius, Demolition, and the Hart Foundation. Growing up, I liked these 5-on-5 elimination matches. They were always something. I don't know. For me, they're exciting. I like them. It's nice to see, 5 guys who never would ever imagine seeing themselves, tag teaming. They're in the mix of being like a tag team, where they kind of, where they come together to defeat a common enemy. So I definitely missed that. I definitely thought it was, when the women did it too. I remember one Survivor Series they had a tag team match. They had tag teams do it as well. I think it was a 10-on-10, which was pretty badass. It's pretty cool. Obviously, they don't do it like that anymore. I was kind of, crossing my fingers for the final test of it, taking on the Wyatt 6 in a War Games match. Maybe like a pre-show or something like that. That would be, monumental. WWE, has never really done that before. But I feel like it would have been really, really cool. All right, 1987. This was the first year that the NWA's, obviously WCW, later on with Jim Crockett and all that. Starrcade did not come to Greensboro Coliseum. Instead, Chicago was the location, and the event was billed as Chi-Town Heat. With the card featuring 2 steel cage matches in the event. Ric Flair defeated Ron Garvin for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, and in the semi-main event, Dusty Rhodes defeated Lex Luger for the United States title. Also, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard retained their NWA Tag Team titles against the Road Warriors. Nikita Koloff defeated Terry Taylor. That's an interesting name. To unify the NWA and the UWF World Television Championships, the Rock and Roll Express were also victorious over the Midnight Express in a Skywalker's match. Ooh, Skywalker's match. That sounds interesting. Sounds a little Star Warsy. I like it. 1988, Tito Santana and Greg the Hammer Valentine fought to a draw for the Intercontinental title in the main event of a WWF's house show in Madison Square Garden. Also, we saw at now historic WWF Madison Square Garden house show, Diesel won the WWF Championship in 8 seconds, defeating Bob Backlund. 3 days after, Backlund won the title from Bret Hart in San Antonio at Survivor Series. Also on the card were 2 trial matches for the upcoming Royal Rumble in Tampa. Razor Ramon retained the Intercontinental title against Jeff Jarrett, and in the main event, The Undertaker gained a pinfall victory over Erwin R. Shasta? I'm just kidding. 1995, the Macho Man Randy Savage, he last eliminated the one-man gang to win a 60-man battle royal in the main event of World War III from the Norfolk Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. So that's it's kind of cool. In 2000, the second and final WCW Mayhem took place at the U.S. Cellular Arena in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 3 titles changed hands that night, with the first being General Erection? That sounds weird. Defeating Lance Storm for the United States Championship. Later on the card, the Insiders Kevin Nash and Diamond Dallas Page snatched the WCW Tag Team Championship from the Perfect event. Chuck Palumbo and Sean Stasiak. In the main event, you saw Scott Steiner become the penultimate WCW Heavyweight Champion before the company itself folded when he defeated Booker T in a straitjacket match. Big Papa Pump. I remember that was pretty badass. 2001 on WWF Raw, the week after Survivor Series, The Undertaker turned heel in a segment with Jim Ross and Vince McMahon that led The Undertaker, forcing JR to induct himself into the Mr. McMahon Kiss My Ass Club. That sucks, man. That was stupid. Oh, one of my favorite traditional Survivor Series matches. We had 2006. WWE presented the Survivor Series at the Wachovia Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The event played host to a final match as full-time competitor and WWE Hall of Famer Lita, who lost to Mickie James. In the most notable elimination match, the team of Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Jeff Hardy, CM Punk, and Matt Hardy completed a clean sweep over Edge, Randy Orton, Mike Knox, Gregory Helms, and Johnny Nitro. I remember watching that. That was super badass. That was super cool. Also, birthdays. We had Bobby Shield. We had Maven, Brian Lee, and Ivory. One the WWE. Is she a WWE Hall of Famer? I think she is. I remember, growing up watching Ivory, she was like not like the goody two shoes, because you would, especially back during that time when, professional wrestling was highly, like sexualized, and, it's kind of crazy. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan, bidding you farewell. Hope you guys have an amazing Turkey Day. Hope you guys gear up watching the NFL. We have a lot of good games happening on Thanksgiving, also on Black Friday, so make sure you stay tuned into that. If I have not made you a wrestling fan yet, we have all these other amazing podcasts, these amazing podcasters doing what they do best, entertaining you guys for absolutely 1,010% free, giving you guys content that you guys love and adore so much, because that's our goal. That's our goal. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a safe, beautiful weekend. Stay beautiful, but most importantly, love you.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go.